What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Wanted to do actually a quick video real fast talking about Apple. So we saw Apple today just gap down, sell off, like just get crushed. Now, overall, I kind of thought today would be red in general. If you watched the Don Franz show yesterday, I was thinking red today, hopefully green tomorrow, turn around Tuesday. I'm still bullish overall. But maybe we got some surprising things, or maybe not so surprising. It's almost alarming how many people are equating this to Elon's tweets. Like, oh, Elon tweeted, is Apple against freedom of speech? Now, Elon can move Doge, but I'm not so sure he's going to move Apple the way. Now, that did get the spotlight because of his tweets. He went on a tweet storm because Apple is threatening to take Twitter off the Apple Store, which that's a monopoly in itself, but Apple is Congress's #1 owned ticker, so they got some legal stuff behind them. You ever know, like, the monopoly stuff is always the biggest dip buys for this, because they're just like pressuring them, then all of a sudden it's going to go away and things are fine. It happens a lot with Meta and Google as well. But Congress loves this one. A lot of people do. Warren Buffett even said he loved Apple. If it wasn't for the rules of his fund, he'd put his whole account in Apple. Now, you've heard me say time and time again, Warren Buffett liked this Apple, not this Apple. So there's a lot of people that think overall, like, man, Apple did not get touched during this. There's a lot of people that think the crash won't be done until Apple and Tesla, because they both look pretty similar. Like, Tesla might be down a little bit more, but Apple unscathed. You would not even notice the recession or all the fears and talks we've had around this. But more importantly today, if you guys aren't keeping track, there are riots going on in China. So much so that they even shut down the biggest iPhone factory. Now, that can move a ticker a little bit more than an Elon tweet talking about a threat that someone's made. Nothing actually actionable, just a threat. So with that going on, they're trying to overthrow Xi Jinping. They don't want the dictatorship anymore. There's a lot of stuff going on, so I'd be very curious to see how this actually pans out, how it rolls out. Does anything happen, or do they do what they've always done and snuff it out? I gotta say, China's very good at that. From the little bit that I know, I'm definitely not an economist or anything special with that, but they're pretty good at getting people to listen, or say they're listening, or weed out the ones that aren't. However you want to put it, we know China's doing it. So that being said, I'm willing to bet that actually had more of an effect on Apple stock. If you want to equate it to a news, something like that, it is actually not Elon's tweets. It's the fact that their factory shut down due to riots. That's a little bit more actionable. We will see numbers like that. That will have an effect on earnings calls. We will not hear about how they threatened Elon one day in the next earnings call, right? It's not happening. What will happen is, well, crap, that thing was shut down for a while, so we would have had this many sales, but now we have this many sales. So it's definitely an ongoing thing. Again, still unfolding. As far as the markets turning around, what are we doing out here? What's tech doing? See, I'm already thinking, we're already bouncing out of this yellow zone. And I was thinking red today, Tuesday tomorrow. I said that yesterday. So everything just kind of panned out, and then the news just kind of followed suit. The riots also didn't just start today. Just kind of got a little crazy. I'm very curious to see. Now, as tech begins to bounce, will Apple see some of that love? And this is actually one I think that's going to sit that one out. As things get crazy, as things start to unfold, if they don't get that factory back open or anything like that, to my knowledge, it's not. As I'm recording this, maybe it has been. Like I said, this is currently unfolding as we speak, or as I speak. So I'm curious to see how that's actually going to pan out. Certainly, nonetheless, it doesn't help that you do have the Elon followers. I don't know if they're shorting Apple or maybe just selling it in general. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of quants, there's a lot of people that just think, Apple, we like you and all. You got one of the best balance sheets out there, or the best. But you can't avoid all of this. Like, I get it if you want to, there's a rotation from growth into dividends, so Apple kind of gets that love, kind of gets the best of both worlds. Like, there's always a shiny side for Apple, but I don't think Apple can make it out of this just unscathed the way it has. This is why I actually personally sold 75% of my Apple, and that was back here. So I sold at 175. It came back, so I sold half. Came back down, came right back up, and I actually sold another half. So total of 75% of my Apple position. I have no interest in buying it back. Not for a while. Apple would probably really have to get down to. I'll take a look at it at this 110, 112 area, if not sub 100. And I know Apple's got this cult following that you can't say anything about them. Listen, I love iPhone, and I will make fun of an Android user even if I'm busy. It's not just because I'm bored. I love making fun of Android. But we're talking about the stock, right? Just pools of liquidity moving around from one bank to the next. That's all this stuff really ends up equating to. And so I do get the quant side where they're like, nah, they're going to attack this first, because do they really want to beat something like Google? Like, how many times are you going to beat that dead horse versus you got this thing alive and kicking, plenty of meat on the bones? You can attack this for a while and still make quite a bit. Anyway, I wanted to make this video real quick, just kind of talking about the riots in China and kind of what's going on over there. I want to get everyone else's opinion on that, because there's news that can just come out, like people actually think Elon's tweet moved this thing today. Like, people really do. And that's not just outside. Even people in my chat thought that as well. You know, like, there's always BS news like that. But then there's things that there's actual news. Like, you've all heard, who's the guy that everyone says as soon as you buy, he goes short. He has the sell, sell, sell button. Kramer. You all heard him say, like, news, you just push news out there. He used to work for a firm. There's an interview where he tells you, like, oh, if you want to get something excited, you just go put a news article out there. You guys actually still follow news articles like they mean anything to you, which is interesting. If you're doing that and your account's red, I could probably help you out with that. There's probably a correlation there that you're just probably not willing to accept. But then there's other things like actionable news, like there's economic data, there's things that do affect companies. Now that's the news that can stick around, that can drive further price. It can be a further catalyst to this, not just intraday, some little hype and some algos trading headlines. Keywords, headlines, yeah. Anyway, long-winded way to say this thing's unfolding now, so how far will Apple go down? When it does hit that 140 zone, I have no interest in buying it. If you were going to catch a falling knife, if that were to just hit 140 tomorrow morning, there might be an oversold bounce, something intraday. So if you guys want to catch that knife, it'd be something similar to right in this area. If we break this 138 mark, we've gotten back above it pretty rapidly. I don't think we do that this time. So if you think this is going to happen again, let me just encourage your thinking, your homework, rethink that. This is not financial advice. It's just my opinion. I literally don't care what you do with your money, because I'm not telling you what to do. You pay your own bills. I pay my bills. And until those merge, I'm not worried about it. But I would say maybe you look into things, because I don't think that's a knife you want to be catching right now. If you're in the business of making money, which I am, I have an income bias, not a directional bias, not I gotta love this thing and say diamond hands and find excuses to get me to sleep at night business. Hope is not my strategy. Money is. And I'm saying if we break that zone, just maybe you hang on to your puts a little bit longer. You don't worry about catching that knife. The catch of the knife is right here. If it just blows right through that, don't worry about it. You get at a better price. If you love it at 140, let me say, if you like it at 140, you're going to love it at 112. So just hang tight. Anyway, I'll wrap it up here. Yes, if you guys did miss it, there is not a coupon. There's a discount. Black Friday, Cyber Monday discount that is on the trading suite. So that's literally everything I have to offer. So there's the lifetime access to the mentorship, all the courses. Right now it's options and supply and demand. Futures and Forex, those are coming. There's no coupon for you to type in. If you actually click that teachable link down below, there's actually just the trading suite. There's two of them. One's cheaper. Get the cheaper one, unless you feel like donating more money. But it's unnecessary. Get the cheaper one. That does go away. Again, that is a Cyber Monday deal. So I'll wrap it up here, guys. Hit that like, subscribe button, all the cool stuff that YouTubers badger you about with all their little weird sayings. Just do it. It does help us out, but I don't want to be weird about it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.